up, everybody? My name is Rod Z, and I'm in the Boss Move Studios in beautiful sunny Orlando, Florida, and you are watching the Z Files. We are super excited. This is our 10th episode, our last show for the season. We do have a special episode that will be coming up next week, though, however, and we want you to watch that too. It's celebrating 50 years of hip-hop, and we have a very special guest. But right now, we're going to get into the show. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Just follow us. Make sure you call some people. And if you want to support us through Cash App, please, you know, me and Bub don't want much. We just want enough to go get some water or some lunch every now and then. But however you want to support us and bless us, we appreciate it. Go to $ Rod Zigga. That's $ RODZIGGA. We're going to get into the show, and I want to say hello to my producer and good friend, Bub. How are you, sir?
What's the deal? What's been
going on with you, man? You've been busy. It's been jumping at Boss Move.
Yeah, man. Last week it's holiday season. People are coming through. Families coming through, taking holiday pictures and everything. So yeah, it's been busy.
That's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing.
So we want to get into somebody who been acting out. I was going to not talk about it, but I can't help it, man. We got to talk about this, brother, because, and the reason I bring it up is because I always see people and I always say, you know, what are you doing? Because people would love to be in your position. You know, who are some people you would love, if you could be in their shoes, you'd love to be with, Bob, or be in their predicament?
Well, I really just want to be myself.
Okay.
But are you saying just like...
No, if you can have somebody's, you know...
If I can have somebody...
career maybe, or be like them, be more like them.
Only thing that I would say was somebody's bank account, like, you know...
Yeah.
Some billions or something like that.
Some Oprah Winfrey money?
Some Oprah Winfrey money. But I would not want to be them.
No.
At all. Yeah.
No, ain't no such thing as a life better than yours.
Yes, exactly.
J. Cole said that.
Yes,
So, and that's the truth. But you know, you look at people though that you may admire, or you say, "Wow, that's he got it going on." This man, and this particular gentleman plays in the NBA. And when I saw that he had been indefinitely suspended, I was like, "Wow." I hope he gets some help, and I hope this brother can continue to play in the NBA. He's definitely a part of some world championships. He's definitely worthy of being in the NBA Hall of Fame, but he's been wilding out lately. I'm talking about none other than the Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green, and he starts counseling and is expected to miss at least 3 weeks. He won't be playing basketball, Bub. Mm-hmm. So sources say that the forward has started counseling and is expected to remain sidelined via suspension for at least the next 3 weeks. And the NBA announced an indefinite suspension on last Wednesday, for striking somebody from the Phoenix Suns in the face during the game. And Joe Dumars, NBA Executive Vice President and Head of Basketball Operations, said in a statement that Green's repeated history of unsportsmanlike acts was a factor in the decision. So they're going back, because remember, this very season, before this last incident with the Phoenix Suns, there was a little bit of a scuffle with another team, and Draymond ran down the court, got behind the guy, and got on his neck and started putting him in the sleeper hold, choking him out. So before that, I've seen him kick people. I've seen him stand on a man's chest. I've seen him kick a man in the butt. I've seen him kick a man in the hoo-haws. I've seen him basically just go around the league terrorizing. He likes to fling his arms. He likes to fall on the ground and pull people down. He does a lot, man. What do you guys say about that, Bub?
Man, from what I hear, from what I'm hearing about, what's his name?
Draymond
Green.
Draymond Green, hey, stay with us, Bub. I know you're tired.
The Orlando Magic will be my team. So,
okay.
You know, they're not on TV. I'm not watching it. You know
Bub, you roll hard with your team.
That's it.
You Bethune-Cookman.
Yep.
Orlando Magic,
Tampa Bay Bucks,
and everybody else. You don't know nothing.
I care nothing about the rest of them. You know what I mean? And,
Bub, I need you to come on, man.
Nah, man. But to the point, yeah. Draymond Green sounds like, does he have mental health issues?
That's why he's going to get help. I think something wrong, because he doesn't always do it, but. Yeah, he's probably been thrown out more since Dennis Rodman left the league. He's like a Dennis Rodman 5.0. He's gotten kicked out of more games. He's been in more fights. He punched one of his teammates at practice one day, just cold cocked him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has something going on. And like I always say, man, we praying for you. We wish you. I like to see people. I don't mind people making mistakes. I like to see people come back from what they've been through and tell their story after that. So maybe this is a blessing. Maybe he'll be able to tell people about what he's been through, his trials and tribulations. But I don't wish bad on nobody.
Yeah.
But I do talk about it because it's something that's been constant in the NBA, and the brother's going to have to suffer for it. So
it sounds like he does need some help because you read off a lot of, I guess, incidents. Yeah. I mean, if I was an owner,
stuff that I saw, bud.
Yeah, but if I was an owner of a team, I would pass on Draymond Green. You know what I mean?
This the catch. Mm-hmm. It's hard to pass on him because he was an integral part. I know everybody talk about Thompson and Steph Curry, but I don't think they win these championships without him. Yeah, I really don't. Nah. He's a rebounder. He's a shooter. He's a great passer. He's a great defender. And his energy, he's the guy that gets everything going. He's like the middle linebacker of the team. So, and you do kind of need a little tough guy on your team.
But look, okay, you said Dennis Rodman. I watched. The Pistons. You know, he played for the Pistons. Back then, he, if I can remember, was the only one that probably acted out like that.
No, not with the Pistons. You had Lambeer, you had Mahorn. They was known as the what they call.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The bad boys.
The bad boys.
So no, they all had people that was cold cocking folk.
But not like this idiot. I mean, this you saying he stood on somebody's chest?
He did. He stood on the man's chest.
That's crazy.
Right before the guy was on the ground, he got up before the guy. Both of them fell. He got up and stood on the man's chest. He was stepping over him, but he stepped on the man's chest and ran down the court.
Yeah, but I just looked up. He makes what, 60? No. He just signed a 4-year deal, $100 million, $25 million a year. Plus his net worth is $60 million.
Yep.
Why you gotta act foolish though?
But it happens. It happens all over the league. Let's look at your boy from the Bucks, Mr. Brown, the wide receiver. Why did he start acting out? He was at the time he was the best receiver in the league.
Who else?
So why do people do things like that? You got a lot of people have done things like that. Just be fighting all the time, but not like Draymond. Draymond is in a class of his own.
With a name like Draymond, he sound like trouble.
Draymond, sit down.
That name,
Draymond, you better stop that.
Yeah.
Draymond, stop.
That comes with trouble.
That is one of them names, isn't it? But that is one. Draymond, you better sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a lot of that.
Draymond is off the chain, and we do wish him well. I do hope he gets better, and that this turns into a better story for him. Because right now it's looking bad for homeboy.
Yeah, man.
The kid is looking bad. So, yeah, I'm just praying for him, man. So let's get into the next part of the show. We were talking about something the other day, and to me, it's kind of wild. Now I'm gonna keep it real. I'm going to see it. I'm going to support it because of what the producers and all that represent. And it's just black. To me, it's black excellence. It's one of the most famous movies of all time. It's a quote-unquote cult classic. I'm talking about The Color Purple. They got a new version of The Color Purple coming out, bub. And I believe it's going to be more of a musical. You got Fantasia. You got, what's the girl name? I just haven't blocked the day again. But you have several black entertainers in this film. I'm excited about it, but I'm at the same time, I'm like, why make another one when the first one was so good? The first one was full of celebrities, Oprah Winfrey, so many great actors and actresses, Danny Glover. Why make another one?
Yeah.
So the next topic is, when is the time that you need to stop making sequels? Have we gotten that bad? Have we lost our creativity so much that we got to do all these sequels? Now, before you answer that, Bub, and anybody else, while y'all thinking about it out there on YouTube, keep in mind there's a strike going on, and the writers, I think, are just going back. So for a long time, there was nobody, no writers out there writing. Do you think the industry ran out of ideas, and that's why you see a lot of sequels?
Yeah, the strike is over. I guess they are going back. I think it was like that before, because before the strike happened, you pretty much always had remakes, right? But
you had remakes.
It's just some things you just leave alone.
But how you remake The Color Purple?
Yeah, they just leave that alone. I mean, because sometimes traditionally the remakes don't seem to be as good as the originals. Look at the Coming to America 2. There was a lot of hype behind it.
It was all right, but it wasn't nothing like the first one.
Nothing like the first one. I mean, you got Bad Boys 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if you saw all of them, but it just seemed like, I guess, shows like that you can remake, but classics like The Color Purple, nah, just leave it alone.
The Color Purple, man.
Even Taraji P. Henson had something to say about the remake of
The Color Purple. Y'all redid The Color Purple.
Were you ever like that? I'm not her. I can't. That's not my. Or did you jump in?
Well, first I questioned why were we remaking The Color Purple.
Look, everybody I know has seen The Color Purple at least 50 times. At least. And they know every word to the movie. So I'm not going to see this new one while everybody's in. I'm going on a weeknight, and I'm going late when I know ain't nobody there, so I can see and hear it and judge for myself. But The Color Purple, another movie that they've remade, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah. Now they're calling it Wonka.
Ridiculous.
So what do you? Well, I've never actually watched Willy Wonka from beginning to end. I've never. I know some of the oompity. I watched some of it. I know the story of Willy Wonka, but Gene Wilder was the first original, I think, on the first movie. Mm-hmm. But do you think they should have remade that one?
No. Again, Willy Wonka was a movie that came on when I was a kid. I used to watch it every time it came on, and
you watched the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing, and I just recently introduced it to my wife. We watched it this year.
Okay.
And
the original.
The original.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I mean, leave those things alone. I mean, I don't know, but I think because the creativity is low right now. I mean, these days it's like so much easier just to make a remake of anything. Just like with music, they're doing the same thing. There's no creativity in music, in movies, just in general.
Yeah, and for those who are watching and listening, we're not talking about sequels, part twos like John Wick, because we're telling a story over 3 or 4 movies, like Rocky. Rocky is a story over 3 or 4 movies.
Correct.
So everybody be like, oh my God, they're making another Rocky movie. And then they start making Creed. But we're talking about over time telling a story. The Avengers, this is different. This is a time lapse. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you remaking something that don't. Now, if there was a Color Purple Part 2 or Willy Wonka Part 2, I'd be interested in that. But we're talking about remaking a movie that don't need to be remade. Well, in our opinion.
Yeah, sometimes they give out an excuse saying we're remaking it for today's generation. But what they really do is add some of this generation's foolishness in the movie.
I put the word in there for you.
Yeah, there you go.
They put their foolishness in to suit this generation.
Yes.
It's a money-making thing.
Right.
I'm going to tell you something else a lot of people are not going to agree with. They about to be hot with me. I don't want no smoke with the Bayhive or the Beehive, whatever you call it. And I actually heard that the people that the original song came from, they like it. But I wasn't cool with the Before I Let Go, the remake.
Right.
I was like, that song is legendary, it's classic. Mm-hmm. Why, not that song. Some people you don't mess with.
You're right.
But here's something that's going to amuse you, bub. Did you know that our good brother Luther Vandross, may he rest in peace, just about all his #1 hits was cover songs?
Yeah.
Don't you remember you told me? I think that was the Carpenters.
Yeah, but when you let Luther remake a song, it's his. It belongs to him.
He took
now.
it.
Yeah, he taking
now,
it.
so there are some exceptions.
Yeah, he deboed that.
He deboed a lot of songs.
Yeah.
All his top songs, I think, a lot of them are covers.
Right.
Prince didn't like people covering his music. He didn't like it. Tom Jones recovered Kiss, though. Tom Jones covered Kiss. So I guess it depends on who's doing it, too. But I wasn't feeling that remake of Before I Let Go, man. I was like, come on, man. I feel like you're disrespecting Frankie.
Yeah.
And then they did mix in Candy, too. So who knows? Maybe we don't know what we talking about at all. But we sharing it, and we glad you're here on the Z-Files. If you want to support us, please support us through Cash App, $Rod Zigga. And please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button right now. Hit that bell so you'll know when we coming on. And we really appreciate you joining us for the first season. And we're now going to go into our HBCU Spotlight before we go. Coming to you from Duval. Their colors are purple and orange. They are the Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking of none other than Edward Waters University. Ed Waters, stand up. You are our HBCU Spotlight of the Week. Edward Waters University is a private Christian historically black university in Jacksonville, Florida. It was founded in 1866 by members of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, or AME for short, as a school to educate freedmen and their children. It was the first independent institution of higher education and the first historically black college in the state of Florida. So Bethune-Cookman, FAMU, Florida Memorial, we all have to tip our hats to Edward Waters University. It continues to be affiliated with the AME Church and is a member of the Independent Colleges and University of Florida. Edward Waters University, keep doing what you're doing. You are our HBCU Spotlight of the Week. Well, folks, there you have it. This is the final episode of season 1. But make sure you tune in next week because we're going to have a special edition of the Z-Files as we celebrate 50 years of hip hop. And we have a special guest that's going to be joining us. So you don't want to miss it. So check us out. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you support us through Cash App, through $Rod Zigga. On behalf of Boss Move Studios and Lighthouse Media and Entertainment, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad, and we want to wish you a happy, prosperous, healthy New Year. We'll see you in 2024. You've been watching the Z-Files. I'm Rod Z. Peace.